Hey yo, I'm posting us places.
I just shoved my food in my mouth. I was not right. 1 second.
CB was not ready.
It's fine. Oops, sorry, Storm. I am staying like an extra week at school to work to make money. Made $100 yesterday. Make $100 today. I haven't made 100 yet. I made 45. I have another shift tonight.
The big
And
buck.
then I'll make 2 more days of this as well. And that means that basically I don't have to spend money on food this week because I'm working mid-morning to early afternoon shift. I get out at 1:30, and then either an evening or a night shift. So I get food because I work at a restaurant on campus. So I'm saving money and making money.
Even better.
Yeah. It does mean I eat the same like 3 things, but it tastes good. So I ate a pizza wrap plus cucumbers. And then
That wouldn't bother me, but
what'd you say?
do not. I said that wouldn't bother me, but Chris would not.
Eating the same thing over and over again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on the day. Whether or not I like care at all. Hi. But with me being out of the room so much, I've been neglecting Storm, which is a joke. I actually neglecting that.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Trying to make this house a home. My money is for you. Buy you all the fancy gadgets. I'm trying to give you the life that you deserve, that you wanted from me. I want to buy her like one of those constant water fountain things because
Yeah,
she's like
cats love those.
super deep into the like jug, so that she has. I think it's so she has some of the water flow like as it comes down from the jug into the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Cats like really fresh water because it's like a it's an instinct because still water in the wild has like bacteria and stuff. And so cats can get really sick from it, so they prefer running water because it's fresh.
Are you a clever girl? Good girl.
That's like the cats will drink out of the dog bowl, like Chris will pour the dog water bowl and then the cats will drink out of that when it's fresh, but after it's been there for like an hour or so, it is sinks only. They will just go to the faucets.
Right now at Walmart, there's like $19 continuous fountain thing for cats. I want to buy that for her. We have one at home for the other cats, which I guess I don't need to buy for her anymore because we're going home in 4 days. But
hold on. I would like to read this comment. Well, anybody who comes here on the replay or anybody who like comes in and decides to watch the first 5 minutes. This is WIP Wednesday. I will be working on Save Her Soul, working on revisions for Chapter 5, because Fox hasn't looked over the purple revisions for Chapter 4 yet. Excuse me. CB, you will be working on?
I will be working on my gay dragon novel, adding some more plot and meat into the outline, and adding some subplots because my main plot is pretty smooth. So I'm adding in basically the world. Hi.
So I was eyeballing the comments from Fox, and this, like, there's a word I put and it's fortifyingly, which English says is not a word, but Fox is like, I'm not convinced this is a word. However, it should be. So don't let anyone take this away from you. It looks visually horrendous, but it's still a beautiful, important world that English just hasn't accepted yet, like Pluto. Pluto. Pluto.
I think, yes, that is fantastic. I think the term is just fortifying.
But fortifyingly.
Yes.
If you saw
but
the sentence.
You can make that happen. I love how everyone pops in when we're finished our little like spiels in the beginning. They're like, we didn't want to listen to you talk. We're just here to.
They're like, we've heard this before.
Oh, thank God they shut up already. Except we didn't. Ha. Oh, my hair. I took
right,
out.
get to work.
My hair.
You'll tell me about it later. I'm just gonna say hi. Hey yo. Hey people. Alright, the first sprint did start, so we're out. And we're back for our first break.
I opened a box of worms. Can of worms? I've unleashed the Kraken. And by Kraken, I mean, I texted two of my friends from high school. One's a poli-sci major. One's a world-building fiend. Both are writers. And being like, help. What are politics? What is this? And so I go, melting emoji. I got to figure out the political landscape of my book because it's relevant now. And then my poli-sci major goes, like, sent the eye emoji. And I go, I'm struggling. I don't know politics. She goes, I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of a political science major. And I'm like, I thought there might be someone like that around here. And then she goes, what hangups are you having? And then I send this the political landscape of my book.
Yes.
A friend who never ever fucking joins in the group chat because he sucks at group chats pops in for the first time in like a month and goes, ooh, political world building. So first thing, I'm like, oh, you are alive.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, it's so nice to see you breathing.
Yeah, you know that bridge collapse that happened like in Delaware or Baltimore, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he goes to school like really near there, and so I texted him when it happened, like, hey, just making sure you're alive. And he didn't respond. Sir, I texted him again like a week later, be like, bro, he didn't respond. Responded like a couple weeks later and was like, hey, like something completely different. He was like, want to play Baldur's Gate? And I'm like, you motherfucker. So you're alive.
Good to see you're alive and that your priorities are there.
Haven't heard from him since, except maybe, literally have not heard from him since. And now he's interrogating me about my political system.
That's just how it is with some friends sometimes, you know. JC was waiting for YouTube to put the chat box up. Oh my gosh, it is so slow. Like, I try to have both SteamYard and the YouTube chats up so that I can, you know, mod the YouTube chats. And it's so agonizing how long that YouTube takes to pop up sometimes. JC asked Paget how editing was going. Hello and welcome. We're doing all right, working on novelty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Paget said, not bad. Listening to the series in order, about halfway through the fourth book. Needed to get my head back in order, and it helps to hear it sometimes. Asked what JC was up to. Jessica Berry said, hello, gonna try to plot for the 24-hour novel challenge. We'll see how this goes. Ooh, ambition. JC just saw your comment. That sounds like you're making good progress. Awesome. JC is working on her outline for her pen name project.
Oh.
Baltimore 6 weeks ago.
Yes. Drop my phone.
I am so I had mostly finished the revisions for chapter 4. And then I went through and tweaked some things for the purple comment, which is basically like I had this ongoing thing going on. But like so much has been tweaked and stuff. I just sent Fox the new chapter to look through, make sure everything's smooth and whatnot. And so I'm working on chapter 5 today, going through and looking at all of the notes. And right now I like saved 2 copies of my critique partner's notes, comments and stuff, so that the one copy I can just delete the comments as I go. But sometimes I will, because I'll go through, I'll delete all the ones that like are things I don't need to address, you know, just like fun comments, silly comments, and all of that. And then I'll go back and I will highlight things that take me more than like 2 seconds to fix. Well, I lost my train of thought. I'm on page 14 of 24 doing that. This is my thick chapter. But it strangely enough may have less edits than chapter 4. So.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm keeping an eye on this like wall of text coming through explaining politics to me, basically.
Yeah.
I wrote out all of this because I had at work yesterday written out on like a back of a piece of paper, like a receipt, like brainstorming stuff for my plot, and I put it in my pocket, and I took it out of my pocket, and I don't know where it went.
Oh no.
Luckily, I think I remembered most of it, so I wrote it all down here, and I texted my dad being like, how do I find a good stylist? Because I really do prefer writing by hand for like brainstorming and outlining.
Mm-hmm.
It just flows better for my brain. So I've been looking into meaning to look into a stylist for a while now. But so I texted my dad, and he's like, we have like 6 at our house, and I'm like, what? He's like, wait 4 days, and I'm like, okay, will do. Well, good for you. Is that in your phone?
Yeah.
My phone doesn't do that. Come on,
got
Apple.
A Galaxy Note.
The person I was just talking about, the world building fiend, I just had the Steam notification pop up that they just opened one of their like Civilization or those kind of type games. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it can flow easier, and like moving ideas around and stuff, it's just smoother.
I agree. I do the same. And like some of my little notebooks, like this one will have, I'm sure, in the back somewhere, those are game notes. But it will have novel notes. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just something about the information having to go to the hand, to the paper.
It just feels, I don't know, more worked out than, or like there's more room for like I allow myself more error and flexibility and jumping around than when I type stuff out.
It's like I'll mark through things, and then like I'll draw an arrow right sideways on the side. See, I just have a remarkable, which I just got more tips for the stylist for right now. What is a remarkable? Is that a phone? Is it a tablet? I have had children and looked at children's toys for so often. I was like, are those erasable markers? Is that why? But then I'm like, no, it's probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, marker related.
Texting my friend the answers to his questions.
See, like, it's a break.
I know, but I'm like, oh, this is helping me a lot. I need this information. Plus, I send like a little response, and he sends like a wall of text.
How dare you be productive and excited about your project you haven't been able to touch in over a month?
I know.
The rude.
That bite was way too big, and now I'm like,
it's fine. Fox had sent me and CB a screenshot of me being very, very focused on the laptop, and I was like, I was debating if I agreed with the comma or not.
The comma? I think it said comment.
No, comma.
And then you didn't. I know, but when I thought you said comment, and then you didn't post the comment, I was like, okay.
No, he deleted one of my commas and moved it like 3 words up, but I don't think I agree on the placement of where he moved my comma. Which means I'm going to send it to Chris at some point and be like, where comma go? Because my husband is a creative writing major and English guy. I see comments popping up from Fox. It's like, tell her to agree with me, CB. I'm correct. She's wrong. Comma go where I say.
I could give an opinion when
if she saw it.
Is text. When
it's all the way up on page 3. I'm on page 14, Fox. You're gonna have to
okay.
I'm not losing my place. I'm already tempted to restart my laptop because it's doing this weird thing where every time I click on a comment, or not every time, just sometimes when I click on a comment or something, it goes to the first page, but if I like tap, right or left, it takes me right back down to where I clicked. So I'm like, I don't know why you're doing this, but if you start doing this too frequently, rebooted.
This is not that much of an inconvenience, but it is annoying.
Yeah. I love that Fox says you can give an opinion that Fox is right. When have I been wrong? It's a writing tablet that feels and acts a bit. Oh, I know what that is. They're a little pricey, but you can handwrite on it and then convert it to text and put it on your computer.
Okay.
Those are supposed to be real nice for the drawing.
Yeah.
And some stories on how my husband doesn't listen to me until, he listens to me, but he doesn't believe me until things happen, and then he basically just parrots what I've told him back to him. He was looking for drawing tablets, and I told him that it would be easier if he got one that he could just draw on the screen. And he was like, well, how would that be different from my phone? And I'm like, well, it would be bigger, and it has the other drawing specific features. And he's like, okay, but he, because he's just getting started with digital drawing and stuff, he wanted to just get a regular tablet. And I was like, okay, but there's a learning curve because you're doing it and you can't actually look, and it's wild. Because I know this from firsthand experience, as when I was in high school, I had a drawing tablet, but this was before you could draw on the screen. So, and then he got himself a drawing tablet, and he's like, damn, there's a learning curve. This is weird. And I'm like, I told you. Well, last night, so Wakfu is this MMO that me and my friends all played before my children were born, and then it was really the only MMO I could play when the kids were babies or toddlers, because it's very casual and the fighting system is turn-based. So, I wouldn't just randomly die if I had to step away from the computer for a second.
Yeah.
And well, they just came out with a new season for their cartoon. And me and my friend Ray, we were like, oh no, now we gotta watch the cartoon. And so we were watching it, and then it made us just really want to play again, because the first couple episodes are all the early level dungeons, and we're like, oh man, I remember that. So we started playing, and then my children saw, and then so they're getting into it. Well, I asked my husband, I was like, hey, so do you want to play with us again? And he goes, no. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm telling him, I'm like, man, there's new classes, and the customization is so much different now. Because before you had 3 hairstyles, and you just picked your hair and skin color.
I didn't realize it was a show as well.
Wakfu. I cannot watch it in English because I watched it in French, and the French speaks so much faster than we do in English that the dub and plus some of the voices just don't match up. This is one of the very few shows I'm cannot watch dub.
Yeah.
I have to watch it sub. But yeah, so last night he gets on his computer. I'm going to finish this real quick, even though it's going to go into his sprint. He gets on his computer because I needed to know who his characters were so I could remove them from the guild. And then he's like looking at all the new shit. And then he goes and looks at the and he's like, honey, there's so much new shit. He's like, how could they change everything? It's so different now. And I'm like, it's been 9 years. But now he might play it again because he wants to play this new biker bear looking class.
Which one?
I don't know what it's called. It's like the biker bear. See y'all in 30.
Yoo-hoo! Ferrenz is done. Hi, yes, I'm speaking, Storm. She's like, what's going on?
Close. I only had 3 more comments to read.
I went outside and said bye to Kristen, who's my bestie at college. We'll see each other again in a month, but I'm not coming back to this campus next semester because I'll be in LA and then I'll graduate. So sad. Yeah. But then I came back and I'm trying to work on the like I added in or I came up with an idea for like a sequence, but I'm not sure where to add it in within the first couple of chapters because a lot happens and it's from dual perspective, so it's Ryan and Jason, but on very different. They're not interacting with each other at all. Like they're in different parts of the country, and so trying to figure out like chapter 1 ends on what I'm referring to as day 1 at like midday or like mid afternoon, and then chapter 2 starts like in the morning of that day. Like it goes back in time, and then it goes till that evening or that night, and then chapter 3 picks up where chapter 1 left off at mid-afternoon, and then goes till the next day. Yes, to the next day around midday, and then chapter 4 picks up that morning again, day 2 morning, and through day 2. And I'm like, I think that's okay. Well, probably between chapter 1, 2, and 3. Like chapter 1 is moving forward in time, and then chapter 2 starts at the same time, or earlier than chapter 1 does, and then chapter 3 starts off where and I'm like, it'll make sense when you're reading it, but I'm not sure if it's the smoothest way to write it. Because it's not like bouncing around timelines, but it's kind of bouncing around timelines.
There are ways that you can do it smoothly, because I've read books where it definitely takes me back in time a day or two when it switches POVs. It's just normally when they do that, you're like in a character's POV for a little longer, but yeah, it's doable.
What do you mean the character's POV for a little longer?
Like the chapters are long.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing where I'm thinking of just combine chapter 1 and 3 into one chapter. Into
something that helps is if you make up your own like date system and you put like the date at the beginning of the chapters.
Yeah.
Just don't use our actual months because the readers will
in
be
our
spaghetti about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny because as is like sometimes people complain about stuff like that, and I'm like, y'all do realize that we use a Nordic word system for the weeks, days, and then vaguely all of the Greek ones, the Greek Roman ones for the months. Like, we're already fucked up. In English anyway.
But it's our reality, at least.
Yeah.
Or is it? Dun, dun, dun.
I want to talk to the world builder.
You want to talk to my world builder?
No, you said it's our reality, and then you like implied that it's not, and I'm like, then I want to talk to the world builder.
Yeah.
I'm being a Karen to our world builder. I need to talk to them about these migraine things.
Yeah.
Tessa's here for a little bit. It's almost dinner time. I worked on writing prompts on my blog. Nice.
Nice.
Jessica has no idea how much I got, but I handwrote a page. Sweet. It's okay, Jessica. We don't really do word counts here. We just do, this is my general progress.
Yeah. If you have word counts, happily tell us.
Yeah. If your progress is word count, then yes. You know, that's the thing. If your progress is pages, that's the thing. Is more what I meant. I have finished looking through all the notes from the Fox.
Mm-hmm. Did those last 3 when I was talking?
Maybe.
I can't really get on you for that.
Hi.
I was about to say, you were having a whole poli-sci conversation.
I was. It ended. With Soup Salt to me was the last comment I got. And then also worth noting the distinction between a kingdom and an empire. I was like, all right.
I got several comments about Fox appreciating the relationship portrayal between Moxie and Rochelle in this chapter, and Fox hates romance. Okay, I don't know if he hates romance, but he greatly dislikes romance. He has very strong opinions.
Hates romance, and all of you who feel love. Hi, am I moving? Is it disturbing?
I recently asked him, I'm like, sir, are you sure you're not aromantic? He's like, what is that? Because I asked him that, like, toward the beginning of our friendship, and he goes, no, I'm not aromantic. Like, he was open to the idea, but I'm like, are you sure you're not aromantic? And I re-explained it to him, and he's like, maybe, I don't know.
Storm keeps, every time I move, she goes, ah! Like, yells at me, and I'm like, damn, she's so vocal recently. Hi.
Because you've been gone, working.
Since you've been gone.
I can meow for the first time.
I was almost late to work today because I started watching, or I was on TikTok, and there was like this clip of 2 like K-pop guys interaction with like 3 little kids on like the little kids YouTube channel, doing this like, it kind of like, are you smarter than a 5th grader type vibe. Yes, your puppy is very cute.
No, I just want to show you. That's the bed. That's her head.
It's a suggestion, not a rule book.
But without the flashlight, she is. You cannot see.
Oh, and the K-pop guys, they're very cute, first of all, but they're hilarious in the way they interacted with these like small children. And I went and I pulled up the YouTube video, and it almost made me late to work. I didn't actually finish watching the YouTube video because I was like, I'm not paying attention to getting ready for work.
Oh no.
Because there were points where I'm like, I kind of feel like they're letting the kids like get points as well, so they're not just like annihilating these small children, but they weren't just like letting the kids win either. So I'm like, that's so valid. Like one of the things was like math, and they're like, okay, we'll give you 5 seconds, so they'll give you 10 seconds to do the math problem before they start, like the guys, the K-pop guys start, you know, doing the math problems.
Hi.
JC said we're cracking her up. And asked how Christian Michael is doing. All good, baby, napping, so I'm writing. Yeah.
Nice.
Get those words in.
My head's slightly.
Yeah. No, my headache medicine's not up there. I was gonna offer it to you.
Well, I will probably take a nap after the stream and before my next shift. Weren't you talking about taking a nap after the stream too?
I was thinking about it, yeah, because like I woke up. Okay, first of all, I had a lot of trouble falling asleep last night.
Me too.
So I didn't fall asleep till like 5, and then I woke up at like 8:30, mainly because my middle he came downstairs and he was like, "Mom, can I stay home? Because I'm not feeling good." And I was like, "Okay." And then And then my brain was like, I have an IEP meeting today. We're going to miss it if we fall back asleep. So I laid there. I just laid in bed, not moving, with my eyes closed for like 2 hours.
Oh my God.
And then my alarm went off. And I like grabbed my phone, pulled up the IEP link, laid it in front of my pillow, and just laid there.
Yeah, I just kept waking up like every hour once it hit like 4 or 5 a.m., which is the same thing I did for the past like 3 nights.
It sucks.
We're just yawning so much.
We are. We're tired. We're migrainers.
I've been doing so well the past like week or so. But
I need to see if Fox will make us an overlay for like the corner or something that says we're migrainers.
The term migrainers sounds a little dumb.
But like the only terms I have found is there's migrainers and migraine sufferers.
I kind of like the sufferers.
So it depends on my mood. If I'm suffering, I say sufferers. The TikTok trend, that's what I was like. I was like, why do I keep saying we're migrainers? Like in that,
I really,
like, we're
it's just something about the
we
word.
wake up every hour.
Oh.
Yeah, like we're migraine sufferers. Of course we wake up every hour on the hour.
Yeah. That trend was cute, and then it was a little cringy.
Hey, Laura.
I think once companies start using something for marketing, like a trend for marketing, the trend becomes cringy.
I think that like I liked the trend at first when people were doing it seriously, but then people started parodying it, and then they started doing like the dumbest shit with it, and I'm like, I cannot.
I like the trend where it was like one person says it like a normal thing, like we're roommates, we argue over who has to do the dishes, and then the other one goes, we're roommates, we low-key are in love with each other, and then the camera looking at their feet, and they're like, you're not supposed to say that, you're supposed to do something that like we do, and then it's like, we are in love with each other, aren't we? And like that was the thing where it become like a bit where we would go down to the person's feet and they would discuss what was just said, and that was funny. That's what I first saw. And then
I think my favorite one for that was two different YouTubers who both create Japanese content. One is she's a mom YouTuber who also talks about traditional Japanese things. I don't know the other guy, but she'd be like, we're Japanese, of course and then like a Japanese thing, and then he'd be like, we're Japanese, of course we're better looking than other people. And she's like, you can't see it. It was just so funny.
That is funny.
I was like, this is probably my favorite version of that bit. She's like, you can't see that, and he's like, but we are.
Very nice. Ugh. Storm has consumed like my forearm, and she's luring me with her slow graze.
I am magnifying my documents because I'm getting eye fatigue, but I don't want to.
Well.
We are doing amazing today. Hey, look, you
like 20 minutes ago, and then I just got hit by a wave of tiredness.
Same. Well, really, my eyes are tired, not the rest of me anymore. But look, we have to be a little positive. You have already worked a work shift.
I have.
And you're world building your political stuffs.
Yeah.
And mapping out your thing. So you're getting stuff done. I successfully went through all of the revision notes, and now I have to go through and color code things.
Nice.
So, plus I did momming today. I had a meeting with peoples from the school.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So we have done things today. I'm also like arranging travel and stuff. So multitasking. All right, here we go. Which
You mute me.
sprint is
I don't want to lean forward.
Yeah, I'll get it. There you go. Sprint 3, we'll see ya. And we're back for our final break.
You unmuted me. Thank you.
Yes. So I did a bunch of teeny tiny revisions that I thought were going to be more, but then I'm like, oh, I just need like 1 to 2 words. Oh, just a sentence. And then I looked at other ones and I'm like, no. We don't have the brain power. Blue highlight. Because it's just like rewording some things. Thankfully, I have had no purple issues yet.
I'm working on plot ideas. Well, I got distracted by my phone for a few minutes. But then I looked through the fantasy encyclopedia, very small encyclopedia, that I have here. And just for ideas for monsters or something for my characters to come across. And I came across the section on shapeshifters, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize there was a section on shapeshifters. I open it, and it's like werewolves, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, shapeshifters. And then I flip the page, and that's the end of the section. And I'm like, I literally, like,
do we need a whole
back
section
and,
on
like,
that?
check to see to make sure, like, no pages were stuck together. And I was like, oh, okay, you literally made a section for one thing. Hi.
So they did. Napping can be wonderful. Jessica had to go do adulty things instead of plotting. Aw, I'm sorry. Christian got 348 words. Nice. There's a part further down in the chapter where there's a conversation, and the conversation just has like 8 or 9 comments from Fox, basically being like, Sam, this doesn't make sense. And I'm like, oh no, it's that conversation. It's that conversation that every time I wrote or revised it, I was mega brain fogged. I'm like, oh no. So I fear that one. I am afraid of getting down to there.
Do you think you'll get down there next sprint?
I hope not.
Oh, so it's the first thing you'll do next time.
No, first thing I gotta do next time is figure out. Well, really, I could just do it right now because I know what I'm doing, but that's fine. Just add a word and some dots. I've decided on Persephone's origins, so she's not Hades' niece. Yes. She was a mortal adopted by Demeter and granted immortality, breathed on by her, and placed in a fire nightly to burn away mortality. Aw, I like that. Also very niche.
That is cute. I like that it's unique. I'm plotting various plot points, and within the past 2 days, I've added a little brother. Our love interest / secondary main character now has a cute little brother who was afraid of him, turns to like hero worshipping him after he saves his life. And potentially the same character is getting a pet baby griffin.
Yes.
Because I think the like symbol of his house, like his family, is going to be a griffin.
Is it gonna be like a super loyal griffin?
Yes.
Because that's a thing. Lion thingies for some reason.
Do you want to know? Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. I'll tell you later. But it's a whole thing. So I think I might do that. And then I'm like, oh, maybe they travel through a magic-rich area. And so, like, a couple creatures I might come across. But then I'm like, oh, is this too random encountery? I don't know.
I'm going to need you to stop yawning, because every time you yawn, I yawn.
Okay.
Bye, Jessica. Hope you have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Luck on your adulting.
Yeah. I'm just pushing out my table, so you got a slightly like push to wide shot. Pushing out. Hi. Hi. She's so fluffy.
She's cute and fluffy.
Oh, and I sang along to some Taylor Swift, as I should. But yeah, I don't know.
You're getting there. You're ironing it out.
I do not want to go back to work.
I'm sorry. You signed up for the shit. You missed. I don't want to clean my couch, but I have to.
That sucks.
My 4 main tasks today were stream, dishes, the couch, and pack. Not in that order, necessarily, though. Excuse me as I call my
She's
son.
so fluffy and she's so sleepy, and that makes me sleepy, although I'm not as fluffy.
Oh no. I don't know where my phone went.
At work today, God, stop yawning.
No.
At work today, we were condensing our 3 freezers into 1 freezer, and it was very, very, very cold. I was like, wow, I hope this doesn't trigger a migraine. Now my head hurts and I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just tired and my head hurts because I'm tired. But it was so cold because it's
Could be a combination of things.
we were walking around like t-shirts and we were like, this is not fun. But we collected, a couple people had brought jackets to work, even though it's like mid-60s today. So we borrowed their jackets to work in the freezers. I'm sorry, JC. I can't help it. I had the hiccups. The last 5 minutes of the sprint, I all of a sudden got hiccups. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey, so if your and my novels get done at about the same time and we can debut them together, we should get character art of the main couples interacting.
Yes. I agree.
Moxie can show Rai how to control the shifting.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'll be doing, but
she can be like, I want to fight that, and Rochelle will be like, no.
She's like, no, lovingly, you will lose.
Lovingly, ma'am, we know how this will end.
If you both fought in your human forms, you would win, probably.
Moxie would be like, that's not a challenge.
Oh no,
he's a small boy.
Teenager, or like 20-year-old who's like 5'6" on a good day.
Can you let the dog
Actually, on a good day, he's like 7'2", but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, you can eat.
No, you must starve. I'm putting on the comfy. Hi. Oh, Storm's face right now. She's like, what is that? What's going on?
One of the revisions that I just made, Fox was like, Moxie says something about demons, and Rochelle just has almost no reaction. And Fox is like, does this imply that demons are just normal in the world? And I'm like, yes, but let's expand on that. So she has a thought in her head with something along the lines of, oh, demons, the only, demon deals, the only thing more dangerous are fae deals or something. So I was like,
oh, now you're just bringing up fae into the world.
They've always been there. They just were not important, so they weren't mentioned. My only fear is people will read this and just be like, what the fuck genre is this? And for me to just go, whatever I want. Because that's how I write my fantasy.
It's romance. And other stuff.
I think it's
my god. Laura, I want some. Please. Please. brownies.
I need to send you the cake that Jess said she was eating on Monday, and we need to make it.
Okay. Oh no, Kristen left and we never made the brownies that we bought to make.
Oh no!
It's fine. I'm fine.
I was gonna say bring that with you, but like I don't know if the airport's gonna let that fly.
To you, no, but Kristen's coming to visit me in like a month.
Yeah.
Damn, this does not help me be less tired. Now I'm just more comfy.
I was about to say
It
now
is
you're
a comfy. Ta-da!
I am going to send the chat the cake. It is called an easy, sinful triple chocolate poke cake.
Oh. The comfy. Not a comfy. The only one, apparently.
Is it now? That's a big
Crawl
claim.
into the pocket. She could not fit. My other cat probably could fit, but I don't think she could. Well, maybe. She's purring. She loves me. You could crawl into here. Here.
I know. Jess made it for her mom for Mother's Day, and I'm like, I want to make it for me
For today.
today. Just any day. I'm checking out the recipe. I'm seeing how much of this I have. I would need to buy espresso powder. I can brew coffee. I do not have fudge sauce, though.
Me neither.
Or the pudding mix. Just because I exist day. Exactly. Okay, so basically I have the stuff to make the main cake. But not the topping or the whipped cream.
Yay. That does look yummy.
So
for a while, I walked around saying I don't like cake, which I do like cake, but I got really, really done with artificial cakes. They had like cheapo cakes from like birthday parties. Like in middle and high school, I was having a lot of them, and I was just like, this is not it. I remember I think I had one at an ice skating rink, and it was really, really bad. Like it tasted like eating chemicals. And I just, every time I thought of eating cake after that, I thought of eating that. And I just like couldn't.
I wouldn't want it either.
Yeah. So.
One of the children asked me if using the like instant cake boxes and stuff, they're like, is that actually baking? And I'm like, it's just got my dry ingredients prepped.
Yeah.
Like I still have to do all the work. This is, I'm like, first of all, it's not instant. It's lying. Secondly, I'm like, but yeah, I'm like, it's just all your dry ingredients prepped for you, kids. It's fine. But we also will bake cakes from scratch-ish as well. I don't have my own yeast though, so I'm not doing any of that. I was watching something and it was like, this is how we bake this bread, and then we use some of our mother dough, and I'm like, to just have mother dough.
Oh yeah.
I can't.
I wanted to get into making sourdough because I love sourdough bread, but that's like shit is a commitment. Our next
It
kid
is.
started.
Sourdough is a commitment. It does work from the box. You can also, before we go into the sprint, you can also substitute different types of liquid for the like milk in cake. You don't actually need milk. You can replace it with soda to change the flavor of the cake. Because that was how I made my childhood Dr. Pepper cake once. And it was moist as fuck. It was tasty. But all right, we're going to the
No
sprint.
thanks. I'll pass on that one. Hello.
Hello. We never switched. Well, I never switched it to say Sprint 4. It's fine.
I'm trying to make a world map and suffering. I'm not even a world map. This section of the country map.
So JC said, no, I was saying for people who say baking from a box mix that it isn't work. It is work. It is. CB, what were you jamming to?
Taylor Swift. I'm listening to the Torture Poets Department, which is the newest album, and I think it might be my favorite one yet.
I am on page 14 now. I just got to the section where it is like the first thing I see, and I'm like, oh no. How long does it go? Okay. I think it's less than a page with the confusion. So that's good. I'm gonna just mark the first and last one real quick. Okay. JC said, yes, I'm loving that album too. I love the song Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. Have you seen the performance that she did of it in Paris?
Yes, I have. It is very, very, very cool. And I wish I had the money to go see her so bad. But it is so expensive. So that is not really an option.
When we were at Books A Million for the book signing, and my youngest was purchasing a new Goosebumps book with her allowance, she saw this Taylor Swift section where there was like a Taylor Swift planner, Taylor Swift calendars, Taylor Swift notebook, and some things, and she got really excited. She was like, Mom, it's Taylor Swift stuff. And she like opened the activity book and looked through it, and I was like, do you like Taylor Swift? And she was like, I mean, she's fine. And I'm like, why were you so excited? And she's like, because my friend really loves Taylor Swift. And so I was like, oh, so your friend's a Swiftie? And she goes, yeah, she's a Swiftie. And then she's like, I'm going to take a picture and send it to her. It was just so cute. But I was just so momentarily confused by the level of excitement, and then, well, she's fine. I mean, I love most of the songs on that album.
Yeah, me too. See, I was just listening to the manuscript.
How
I love Black Dog. Really enjoying that. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me is, yeah, really. I love them all. They're so good.
Thank you. I'm quite pleased with how all three of them are developing into their own human beings. I think we're doing it.
Look at that created.
Well, like, you know, outside forces influence them, and then also there's some part of them that was going to be who they were, I think, regardless. So we're just trying to help them navigate this world and be the best versions of themselves. JC's been listening to piano versions of her albums to write to.
Cool. I would just end up holding my own concert. Like, the words aren't there, so I shall provide them.
CB's like, the words aren't there. I gotta put them there.
Yeah.
There is someone who creates a piano playlist for all her albums. That's pretty cool.
Oh my god, the other day, my Apple Music, it's like, oh, your favorite artists. It makes a little album of most listened to recently. Let's see if it's still like this.
Is there anyone in there?
Oh yeah. Okay. Heavy rotation mix.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Taylor Swift. There can be okay, my favorites mix, which is what I listen to the most, is a bunch of different artists. the Get Up mix, a bunch of different artists, chill, new music, whatever. But the heavy rotation mix is literally just Taylor Swift.
That's some heavy rotating right there.
It is, and it is literally just tortured poets. It's, I think Speak Now appeared once, and I was like, why the fuck is Speak Now there? Like, I don't listen. I think it just like, I had
like, excuse you, get out.
I know, but like, I will listen to Reputation more often, but like the song Speak Now from that album like popped up, and I was like, girl, what are you doing here?
You don't even go here. Get out.
Here, but like, I don't remember you like being on my heavy rotation.
You were on the guest list, but you can stay, I guess. Just
yeah. I'm not sure how you got in, but sure, have a seat. So,
another fun kid story, because I'm writing mom. I talk about writer things and parent things, and this just popped into my head because we were talking about it, because I'm pretty sure the Swiftie friend of my daughter is also the friend that she added on Kids Messenger, which she was really excited when she found out her friend had Kids Messenger, because she was like, Mom, how do I add someone on Kids Messenger? And like the way they do it is they have a 4-word code that's assigned to them, and they basically just type in each other's codes to search. Then they send the friend requests, and then the parents approve the friend request. So we did that, and while we were out this weekend, she was like messaging her friend while we were out to dinner waiting for our food. And Chris goes, "Who are you messaging?" And I'm like, "Honey, we talked about this. That's her friend that she added." And he's like, "But she's like actually messaging her." And he was having a moment.
Talking to her friend.
This child, we can't get her to answer a Discord message or look at her text. But yeah, if her friend messages her, immediately gets all her attention. I'm like, yep, them's the priorities. JC also really loved the Reputation and Red albums, and of course, Lover. TB.
Sorry. Yes, I'm a Reputation girly. Red was actually the first thing I ever bought, like that I remember buying with my own money. The Red CD, like that is a core memory for me, is buying Red, because I was being teased in school because I didn't know any like modern day music, and I think Red had just come out, so I was like, I'll buy this.
Peer pressure. So it all started.
Well, it's like I heard like a couple of the songs, and sure, I'll buy that one. Lover, of course, the least liked child of all of her albums. I like Lover. It's not my favorite of her albums because it's, I don't know, just not the vibes that I usually go for. But I do like a lot of the songs on it. Like Archer. Oh, so good. Anyways, but yeah, I was kind of in denial about being a Swiftie, but at this point, I think it's yeah. I don't know like all of her lore, like dating and everything, but I know about her music. So
I know a lot more of her lore than I ever intended to, because I like watching the deep dives. Oh no, I don't really have anything against her. I guess in the words of my daughter, she's okay. Like, I don't like or dislike Taylor because I don't know enough. But I do know more of her songs and her history than I realize sometimes, because like her song will be on the radio or something, and then it'll be like, by Taylor Swift, and I was like, oh, well then.
I do know that song. Yeah.
But it's because like Taylor's roughly my age, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It's like 1991 or 89.
89, because that's one of her albums.
Yeah. So that's what I thought. Yeah. So she's like 1 year older than me. So in a weird way, because my family kept up with the country scene in a weird way. Taylor and I parasocially grew up together. So sometimes when I see her, when I hear her music, it's like, oh yeah, it's that high school friend. I'm glad she's doing good. Like, it's like, oh man, you've come so far from Teardrops on Your Guitar. So,
Shade.
which I am very sad that when she sings Teardrops on her guitar live now, she no longer sings it with the same level of Southern twang. And
One of her songs from the new album, which I'm
yes, I admire her business brain.
Yeah. I haven't memorized all the words yet, or all the album titles.
I'm just impressed with her career too, because like she has all these different albums in these eras, and she's got this giant fandom who they are invested in it. They know them. They like, and I wish I had an artist or just celebrity or something that I greatly enjoyed that does the like shit that Taylor does with her like promo and everything, with all the hints and the clues and stuff. I'm like, I want to figure that stuff out. I want to be involved in that. But I just
Fresh Out
not
the
into
Slammer.
Taylor,
I think. Am I going crazy?
there was this guy that reacts to songs on YouTube, and he was adamant that Taylor couldn't sing, and then he reacted to one of her performances, and suddenly he's a fan.
Yeah.
How dare he? That reminds me of Kesha. A lot of people thought Kesha couldn't sing too.
Fresh Out the Slammer has more of like a twang to the song. It's one of her new albums. So I think you might try and listen to that one. I mean, you're going to be listening to it via me when I.
Yeah, we were gonna watch the tour live.
Well, but that doesn't include the new album.
Oh, okay. So we will be listening to the new album as well.
Yes. It's so good. You don't understand. Lyrically, it's amazing.
Look, it's just I'm behind on music, and Hailstorm came out with some new songs, and I haven't listened to those yet. So that should tell you how behind I am on music, because I love Hailstorm. Hailstorm is my Taylor Swift. I love Lizzie Hale. Woman is tall as fuck and wears super tall platforms on stage. All right, but we must away. At a fairly good time. I've used all the brain power I can muster today. But that means that I didn't actually have to highlight very much yet. So because I just did it while I was here. Holy shit, what page did I get down to? I mean, I'm not like officially there, but damn.
Trying to figure out
work today.
Look, I divided, you can't tell it at all. I divided my paper into 4 sections so I can draw out different potential maps to try and figure out what my area actually looks like. It's fine. I'm going to go take a nap.
All right, there is no Sam writer work shift tomorrow because convention, but there will be a stream on Monday. It's a write-in. I will also be sending out a newsletter announcing a thing. So if you're not signed up, make sure you sign up. Next WIP Wednesday will be on CD's channel, and we will have a Sam work shift next Thursday. We will catch y'all then.
Bye.
Bye.